child care counts. So roughly $480 million out of the budget was used to stabilize the child care industry. And we all know that without this funding, there's the potential to lose roughly about 87,000 child care slots. This money is expected to expire at the end of June, but let's talk about some of the things that money would cover, such as create avenues to support the child care workforce by connecting child care workers with hiring pools that would supply child care centers with substitute child care workers to help build capacity and keep classrooms open for working parents who need these services. Providing grants for existing providers and future child care entrepreneur assistance and resources for expansion of existing child care centers and startups. Support for businesses that want to help purchase child care slots for their employees through an employer-sponsored grant that would help end the child care shortage and wouldn't further negatively impact our businesses. In that $480 million, we're talking about increased funding for the Boys and Girls Club and other out-of-school programs such as Wisconsin After 3 programs, programming for school-age children to help with academic, social, and emotional skills and career readiness. Raising Wisconsin shares rates from the 50th percentile, which it currently is, to the 75th percentile, which is statutorily required. This is needed in an effort to make child care more affordable for our working parents and for the people who rely on these services. We know that Medicaid has a higher repayment threshold than child care does, and we know that Medicaid rates need to increase. Well, so do child care rates, so we can pay our teachers what they deserve and keep our child care classrooms open. Waiving copays for some of the state's poorest families. There's also money for supplemental nutrition aid to ensure that every child has access to school breakfast and lunch, regardless of their ability to pay and without stigma. So we know that child care counts expires in June. And if this budget doesn't allocate additional funding to continue this service, we're at risk of losing 87,000 slots. If this budget isn't completed on time and that funding is set to expire, we still risk losing 87,000 slots. The fact that these things are being pulled out of the budget today, and as of today, there is no mention or discussion of a replacement plan for something as important as this. Now, the fact that we haven't announced plans to put our working families who rely on this care, our child care businesses, or our employers who desperately need their employers at work doing their jobs every single day, it causes a state of uncertainty and crisis. Why would we want to cause that for our taxpayers, for the people who rely on these services to go to work? A lot of us in here are parents. We took our kids to childcare before we came to this job. We know what it means to have quality care. We know that without those services, we are unable to work. Our children deserve quality services. Our parents deserve affordable rates. It shouldn't be a matter of whether two parents in the household are allowed to work or whether one stays home because they can't afford childcare. These are choices that we shouldn't have to make, but we are. And as of today, we have nothing in place. Nothing in place. That's the issue. That's the issue for our working families. It's most definitely an issue for our children who deserve these quality services. And we shouldn't be allowed to just simply remove things from this budget without at least telling our taxpayers what we have to take its place.